Hey guys, it's Alex here, and in today's video, I want to cover a commonly asked question, and that is how can you get started investing in real estate with no credit or perhaps bad credit? And obviously, this is not your typical home buyer. Usually people that are investing in real estate have good credit, and it's commonly known as a requirement to get into any kind of real estate investment. But there are some ways to get around it, and if this is your situation, I want to cover just a few of those here in this video. Now, I'm not sure what your situation is. Maybe you recently lost your job and missed some payments. Maybe you had a business venture go south and have some bad debt. Whatever your situation is, this video is for you. And even if you're not currently dealing with a bad credit situation and are wanting to invest in a property, I think this video will offer you some value and perhaps allow you to discover some other ideas and other options when looking at financing your property. So without further ado, here are 6 alternatives to acquiring real estate even if you have bad credit. Number 1, seller financing. For those of you that are not familiar with seller financing, it is basically when you make an offer to purchase a home, but rather than acquiring traditional financing through a bank or through a mortgage company, you ask the owner of the home to carry the financing, so to speak, meaning instead of making payments to the mortgage company, you'd make payments to the seller directly. In most cases here, you're still going to be required to put down some form of a down payment for the property, but in these cases, at least you have a chance to explain your credit situation, and you have a chance to get the deal even though you have bad credit. These are more often than not going to be less desired properties, and you may have to up your offer a little in order to convince the seller to carry the financing, but these opportunities are out there. You just got to ask enough people. You never know when you're going to run into that property owner that decides it's time to sell and can't get any other offers that they want. Number 2, hard money lenders. So I'm not wildly educated on how the hard money lending world works, so I won't go too deep into it, and I actually want to bring on an expert in the area to get a little bit more educated about the process. But hard money lenders are basically private lenders that you can approach that will lend you money on your properties or investments. This can be in the form of either an organization or sometimes just an individual that lends out money. Oftentimes, your interest rate will be much higher than if you were to obtain traditional financing, but you gotta take what you can get when you're limited on options. Again, I am not fully in this world yet, but from my understanding, the best ways to meet hard money lenders is through old-fashioned networking, maybe going to an investment club or attending other networking events, as well as by networking online through forums like biggerpockets.com and connectedinvestors.com. If you want to learn more about how to find hard money lenders, a video will be coming soon on that, and there's plenty of other content on the web that shows you exactly where to meet them. Number 3, partner up with a friend. If you're looking to invest in real estate but have bad credit, maybe you know some other people that are also looking to invest in real estate but don't have enough capital to do the deal on their own. This is for people that are trying to invest in a property without using their credit, but maybe have a little bit of cash to add to the pot. I'm not sure what the situation is. Maybe you work in sales and you just scored a big commission check and want to get it into an investment before you blow it all or something like that. See if you have any friends that are on the hunt for a property and ask if they want to partner up and buy a place together. People are always looking for money, and a great way to get into real estate is by partnering up with somebody else that you know and trust in order to make that deal happen. If you don't have cash to offer, then perhaps you can add value to your partner by hunting for properties and finding a good deal, which ties into one of our next strategies here. All right, number 4 is ask someone to co-sign for you. This one is simple. You can convince someone to co-sign for you on the loan so that you're able to qualify. Obviously, not everybody has this option, but if you have someone in your life that loves you and supports you through the thick and thin, they may be willing to support you by co-signing for you on the loan so that you can acquire the property. This could be your mom, dad, brother, sister, best friend, anybody that would be willing to do you a big favor. But when utilizing this strategy, it's very important that you take the time to find the right property and make sure that you have a strategy for making the mortgage payments, because the last thing that you want is to screw up your loved one's credit in addition to your own credit. Number 5, wholesaling. This is a strategy that many real estate investors have used to get their start, and there is a tremendous amount of controversy about the topic. Wholesaling is essentially the art of working as a house flipper without ever purchasing the property or putting any money down. What wholesalers do, essentially, is find properties where the owner is looking to sell, get the property under contract, meaning buy the property on paper, and then they sell that contract and, in essence, the house, to a house flipper that wants to rehab it and flip the property for a profit. For example, they may find a property owner who has a house that is worth $400,000 if sold as is. They would offer that homeowner, say, $385,000, with their pitch being that the homeowner would save time and money by not working with the real estate agent, and then they turn around and sell that contract to a house flipper for that $400,000, keeping the $15,000 as profit. Now, there is nothing wrong with this, and it is actually a very good and can be a very ethical way to make money in real estate. After all, you're simply getting to these people before any other agent or real estate professional can, and getting them a quick sale, which is what all home sellers want. The only thing I would recommend if you choose to dig into the wholesaling world is that you make sure you are being ethical to folks, and don't cave into the temptation of screwing homeowners out of substantial amounts of equity that they have gained in their home over the years. Where this gets sketchy and why wholesalers have gotten a bad rap is because many of them are finding properties that are worth significantly more than what they're offering, and they're offering it to less educated homeowners and essentially taking advantage of them. So rather than buying a property worth $400,000 for that $385,000 and earning a very fair finder's fee in my opinion, some wholesalers are locking people into contracts for say $290,000 on a property that they very well know is worth $400,000 to a flipper, making a very hefty $100,000 in profit, money that really should have been put into the pockets of the homeowner who bought the place many years earlier. Now, you could argue that this is the homeowner's fault for not doing their homework on the value of their home, and you would be right, but that doesn't make the wholesaler taking advantage of people and specifically keeping this information from them any more ethical, in my opinion. So if you're going to use this strategy in real estate, make sure you go in with a good heart and actually look to help people. Be fair, because you can still make a lot of money without robbing people of their retirement savings. And number 6, which is to just go ahead and talk to a specialist and start fixing your credit, which is really what you need to get the process of started anyways. Now, there are a ton of credit experts out there. I am definitely not one of them, so I won't go too deep into this. But if you want to check out some people online, a good place to start is Prince Donald. He has an Instagram account where he shares all sorts of tips on repairing your credit. He also runs Jumping Jack Taxes, so he knows all about that world, so I would definitely check him out first. Obviously, the first thing you need to do if you have not already is get your income exceeding your expenses, and then go about paying off any debt that you may have. Your debt to income ratio is one of the first things that a lender will look at when deciding whether or not to approve you for a mortgage, so start hacking away at that debt as soon as you can. And again, check out some other sources like Prince and others online who can give you some hacks and strategies to accelerate your credit repair. I am not an expert again, but I know there are ways to speed the process up of repairing your credit, and that is something that you want to get started on immediately so that you no longer are forced to use these strategies outlined in this video and can get financing through all sorts of different options. So there you have it, guys. Those are 6 ways to get started in real estate even if you have bad credit. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you could like it down below. Again, it would really help me as I'm trying to grow this channel and continue to grow my audience. And if you want to join the community and see more cool content like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and leave any comments and questions you have down below as well. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.